Every day is an opportunity to change your life. If you're not happy, do something about it. Love Hurts stars Ke Huy Quan, who burst onto the scene in Hollywood as Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and then, just a mere year after that film was released, he turned in another tremendously memorable performance in The Goonies. And then, he came back with a roaringly tremendous Academy Award-winning performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and me, oh my, down on the goddamn deserving bayou, did Ke Huy Quan deserve every goddamn accolade that he got for his performance in that movie. I am so happy that he's getting a chance to be in a film like Love Hurts, distributed by Universal Pictures, with a big marketing campaign. That man is super likable. He is super enjoyable to listen to watch. He seems like a super down-to-earth guy. He's thrilled to have the success that he has, and he's more than fucking earned a project like this. So Ke Huy Quan is Marvin Gable, a realtor who has a past that very, very quickly rears its ugly head, and he must battle against his past and basically battle against people that he thought he left behind. And he must make sure that he does this by maybe going back to a place that he swore he would never go back to. So if you've seen the trailer, then you know basically what the premise of this movie is. You also pretty much have seen the movie. But that being said, Love Hurts did get a big marketing campaign. If you notice I didn't mention the director, it's because the director is most famous for doing a lot of stunts like in The Fall Guy, which was another disappointing movie. Really, really disappointing and viral marketing campaign. And it was written by 3 people. But Ke Huy Quan, as talented as he is, can't do it on his own. So other people are needed to be part of the cast. So there is somebody that's tied back to his past. Rose, played by the incredibly talented, incredibly gifted, and goddess-like Ariana DeBose. My goodness, I would freaking walk across broken glass for that woman. Absolutely gorgeous. Somebody that makes the most out of any material that she's given. House of Spoils, ISS. The whole point is that Ariana DeBose is very gifted and will try to elevate any material, no matter how minimalist it is, and use her tremendous acting chops. And again, it doesn't hurt that she's fucking gorgeous. I mean, an absolute bombshell. So anyway, they have ties to each other, and then certain people come back that have something to do with the past. And yeah, there you go. That's pretty much your movie right there. I'm going to talk about some stuff that was featured in the trailer, but I'm giving just as much of an overlay as I can. But I will say, again, Ke Huy Quan, it's great that he was in a product like this, a production like this. And there are other actors that you'll recognize. Marshawn Lynch is in this, after having a tremendously hilarious performance in Bottoms. I'm glad that he's getting more opportunities to be in roles like this. Sean Astin, who... Sean Astin certainly has made questionable choices lately, but nevertheless, Stephanie C. or Psy, Cam Gigadet, who was James in Twilight, he's been in other stuff as well. Daniel Wu, Leo Tipton, who was in what goes by they them pronouns. Let's be respectful of that. And also Mustafa Shakir, or Mustafa Shakir, however you say it. He plays a character called the Raven, and okay, it involves a bunch of assassins coming after Marvin, who may have become a realtor, but actually used to work for his brother, played by Daniel Wu, who's named Knuckles. And then there's a certain overlying thing, in regards to Marvin and Rose. And if you don't know where this film's going, don't worry, because I don't think the filmmakers did either. Look, obviously, when you have somebody that's just done stunt work, you're gonna have some pretty good stunts in this. And I will say that it looks like people got the shit beat out of them, and there were some sets that they destroyed and all that, and that's great. The problem is that's all the movie had. It feels incomplete. It feels like about 20 or so minutes was edited off of this. I'm not saying that this movie needed to be as long as Bullet Train. Bullet Train, quite frankly, need to be trimmed down by a few minutes, even though Joey King was good in that. But this feels like, it feels so chopped up that it's impossible to get invested in any story element. And, Ariana and Ke Huy, they could have good on-screen chemistry, but it just feels like it feels like DLC for a movie that we never actually got to see. Like, it's hard to really describe it unless you've seen it. And I didn't like it. I did not like this at all. And I wanted to still succeed because I want Ke Huy Quan to get more roles like this and with big production companies, because the man fucking deserves it. Same with Ariana DeBose. And everybody was trying in this. But again, I don't know what this movie is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be a satire on assassin movies. I don't know why in the world they decided to go with a side plot with the Raven and Ashley. And I'm kind of spoiling some of this stuff, but oh well. It doesn't work. It just doesn't know. There's no element of danger. We know how this thing's going to end up. And there's nothing wrong with not having an element of danger, but marketed as a comedy action or action comedy, there's action that feels empty, and empty is probably the best word to describe it, and also comedy that doesn't hit. None of this comedy hits. Marshawn Lynch does his best. Ke Huy is super likable, and Ariana DeBose does what she can. But every factor of this movie basically just, it feels like it was trimmed down to like 30% of its potential. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, and unfortunately, love hurts. Lands with a resounding thud, and it hurts. It hurts me to say that because I wanted this movie to at least be decent. Unfortunately, it fucking wasn't. It's in theaters. If you want to check it out. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. So, Marvin helped get Rose out from under the thumb of Knuckles, Daniel Wu, because there was talk of like some money being embezzled. But it's because he loved her. Again, looking at Ariana DeBose, I would fucking, again, walk across broken glass for her. But that being said, I absolutely get it. I fucking get it, Marvin. But nevertheless, he freed her. And Cam Gigadet's character is not very fleshed out. But also it turns out he had something to do with this whole money thing. Because money was embezzled by the accountant. And the idea was Rose was going to split some of it, but Rose had to pretend to be dead, not have, much of a life and everything. But she came back because she wanted to get revenge. She basically wanted to get revenge on everybody involved. Marvin, after getting the shit beat out of him by Marshawn Lynch and a couple other, and another guy. This is earlier in the movie, he actually battled the Raven, who then went to sleep in his office, but then Ashley showed up, and his assistant, by the way, Marvin's assistant, and he had said, you need to find something that you love and hold on to it. Well, now she's decided, because she really liked the poetry that the Raven had written, even though he was trying to read some of that stuff to Marvin, he didn't appreciate it. Now Ashley and him end up falling in love, and all this stuff's happening very quickly and not in a very interesting way. And yeah, Rose likes to use a taser a lot. The taser gag was maybe good the first time, and then it really didn't fucking work at all. It was very lazy and kind of eh. And also, Ke Huy, as cool as it was to see him in something like this, and he was willing to take some some bumps and trained really goddamn hard and got in great shape, it just felt like it was all for naught because it was for a movie that, again, feels incomplete. Also, I think Boba Tea sponsored this movie, or Boba Tea, or however the hell you say it, because my goddamn goodness, there was a lot of Boba Tea drank by Daniel Wu. Oh yes, and basically, after having a face-off with his brother in a bar, I'm skipping over a lot of this stuff because the action scenes don't really mean anything. Rose basically says, hey, I had this like pie chart thing, and she had kidnapped the accountant named Kippy. And after this house that these people were going to buy basically got destroyed, Marshawn Lynch did do one funny thing, saying beast mode before hitting the tackle, which was funny, especially for football fans, and even people that don't know that much about football but know who Marshawn Lynch is. And then basically, he beats shit out of his brother, and there's also a side plot with the person that was teaming with Marshawn Lynch that he wanted to get back together with his wife. So everybody's trying to get together because it's Valentine's Day. We're doing a Valentine's Day theme here, along with Hard Eyes and this. Wonder if you can guess which one I liked more. But he beats up his brother at the end, and then Rose ends up basically shooting, Knuckles, or knocks down Knuckles and says, hey, by the way, I'm doing this because, or I contacted the Russian people that you embezzled that apparently exist. And then we get subtitles in Russian, and then Rose and Marvin are together. I don't know. I want to be mad at this movie. I'm mad at the potential wasted. I didn't like it at all. I was actually actively getting frustrated at and annoyed that they wasted so much, good stuff here, or at least decent stuff. And I'm sorry it has to get an F. It's not very good. It's also not very interesting. It's choppy. It's messy. It's incoherent. Yeah, simplistic yet incomprehensible, I think is the best way to describe it. But yeah, F, I'm sorry. And I hope it succeeds. Give him more roles, where he can be the lead. He's a more than capable lead. Ariana DeBose needs to get a better agent, because I don't know what the fuck she's doing. Everybody else, they were just there. Give Marshawn Lynch more roles. Just do better than this. Agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Ritlin, and I'll see you soon.